Catherine. I am from Tic Tacs Accountants. I run a firm down in Port Adelaide. We're a small firm, we're a local firm. We do pride ourselves in our culture down there in the community. I've owned the firm for about 9 years now, and yeah, it's slowly growing. So we've got about 13 staff now.
And what initially led you to look offshore to get your own team?
Look, to be completely honest, I wasn't a big fan of offshoring. I actually feel that used to be a way that used to take jobs away from accountants in Australia and giving them a chance. So I was quite anti it. But then I met this guy, Adrian, at a networking event once. I went and had to speak to him because we were struggling to find staff. So I had to look at other options if I wanted to continue to, meet my clients' needs and grow. And yeah, that's how I discovered Frontline. But the best thing about Frontline was the fact that at that networking event, there was the book that Mark and John actually wrote. So reading that book and getting it up behind the scenes, all the, pros and cons, all their fails and wins that they did to set up the firm, just made it all make sense to me and, get you over that hurdle of the unknown and all your concerns about security, which is the main thing that we all have, but just how it all works. He pretty much basically sold it for me.
You've had a team offshore for 18 months now. What work are your staff doing? Is there anything they're doing now that you didn't expect that they would be doing prior to starting your offshoring journey?
Yeah, it probably was. So when I started the team, I actually started with 2, and so that they at least have a buddy. So being a small firm, I didn't just want to have that solo person and, learn it together. So hired 2 together. The training that they did up front with Frontline that they provide was absolutely amazing. We got them to start with some bookkeeping. I do like to have everyone in my team when they come through that they know how to do bookkeeping before they move on to accounting. After that, I was really struggling to find a senior and put it out there as a challenge to see if they could find a senior over here. And we did. We found an amazing person. She has a daughter. She's 10 months at the moment. So as a mother myself, I know how difficult it is to balance work and parenting is basically pushing out all our complex returns and things like that and financials for our clients. And probably I wasn't expecting that to happen and I was quite surprised. And now we're about ready to train up our other 2 to get to that level as well, which is, exciting actually.
And how have you incorporated the offshore team into your onshore team, into the firm culture?
Well, they're just part of our team, they're extensions. So we have staff meeting every month and we have them on screen, they're a part of it. When we met them for the first time here, it was kind of like, oh my God, we're finally seeing each other. But it was just so smooth because we felt like we already knew them anyway. It's just the fact that we can touch them, right? But really get to know their personalities this week. It's been amazing actually. So yeah, it's great. Look, we all get a lot of emails for offshoring companies. And I think the bombarding of all this, I guess because it's spam to us, it is quite confronting. And I don't think I ever would have clicked on any of that stuff. Look, I would say, go find that book and read it, all right? The fact that Frontline have that book, go find the book and read it that John and Mark wrote because it gives you an insight of how they've done it. You can even go and do it yourself if you want to, but why would you, right? I think you need to do that because it's just so much easier than just bait clicking and falling down the rabbit hole kind of thing. And the Philippines, well, the people are amazing. I think we know a lot of Filipinos in Australia, like a lot of us got friends that we grew up with, and we just know they're amazing, caring. And just seeing them here, we have this typical persona for accountants, we all have no personality, typical accountant. You don't really want to tell anyone back home what do you do. And when you come here and be a part of this, all these accountants, they get up and sing, they get up and dance. They're so talented that they're not the typical accountant persona. So why wouldn't you use the Philippines just for that?